Sony owning all these different Marvel IPs, making all these different superhero games from Spider-Man to Wolverine. Hope we might get a Venom game. Hopefully we get an X-Men game in the future, or maybe another Avengers game that's not made by Crystal Dynamics. Them owning all these IPs, they know they can put out whatever product they liked, and I'm not saying they're gonna put out bad products. I'm not gonna say that at all. I hope not, because they literally own all of our favorite superheroes in Marvel. Them owning all these different IPs and knowing they can put out any product they want, people are gonna buy Spider-Man 3 no matter what. Wolverine, X-Men, Avengers, like I said, Hulk, Blade, Deadpool, Daredevil. It don't matter what superhero you can think of from Marvel, you're gonna be there day one. I'm gonna be there day one. I love Marvel. I love X-Men. I love Spider-Man. Some of my favorite heroes of all time, Avengers, obviously. They can put out whatever product they want because they know people like me, and I know people like y'all listening to this video, are gonna be there day one, buying the game, pre-ordering the game. And I feel like that kind of goes into my point of saying that Sony sequels don't hit like the first game. And in terms of like, I guess the gameplay getting more refined, you can make the argument, yes, but it's not that refined or that evolutionary to where it's like, I would choose Spider-Man 2 over Spider-Man 1. Spider-Man 2 has better swinging, better, the combat feels smoother, I guess, but like, I still wouldn't take that over a Spider-Man 1 in terms of a whole package of a game. Spider-Man 1 having a better story, Spider-Man 1 having a better plot, better characters, more emotional moments, like the ending. I don't want to spoil it, or not even just the ending, the middle part of the game where what I'm saying, that tragedy happens. The villains were so good, like it was just a more powerful and what's the word? Captivating story than Spider-Man 2. I feel like Spider-Man 2 was rushed in some aspects, and I feel like Miles and Peter didn't even really have chemistry from the whole, like, from the start of the game, like when they fought Sandman, which was cool. Sandman, that's me. But when they fought Sandman, that was cool. But like, I feel like from that point on to the end of the game, they didn't really like do anything crazy together. I haven't played the game in a couple years, but like Miles and Peter didn't really have the craziest chemistry. Like, of course, they had different lives, and they were like, or Peter was with Harry or whatever, and Miles was graduating, or he was in college or whatever. But they didn't really have that much chemistry throughout the whole game, and I feel like that was lacking because the way Spider-Man 2 was promoted was like, oh, these are the two Spider-Men going to save the world. And we really didn't get that. So I just feel like Spider-Man 2 was underwhelming and lacking in terms of a true sequel to Spider-Man 1 because it felt more of the same game and the story was worse. And I feel the same way about God of War Ragnarok. I feel the same way about Ghost of Yotei, Last of Us 2. Death Stranding 2 I'm playing right now, and that might be the exception, but I didn't play Death Stranding 1. And I'm a Stellar Blade fan, and I know they're going to make a Stellar Blade 2. And I'm guessing Stellar Blade 2 is going to be more of the same game. Like that's just the standard I feel like Sony sequels are at right now. They don't really make or innovate on like their, predecessor. They don't really do anything crazy different. What's good, YouTube? It's NoWayJeric, and I'm back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about, as you can see by the title of the video, why Spider-Man 1 is superior to Spider-Man 2, but just as a whole, why Sony sequels don't be hidden. And I feel, like I said in the intro of my video, they don't really put that much time, not reinventing the wheel necessarily, because I don't think you have to do that to make a great game. Just not being evolutionary enough in the gameplay, I feel like Spider-Man 1 with Peter, and I'm probably gonna make another video on just Sony sequels as a whole, because like Last of Us 2, I could go 30 minutes to an hour talking about the game. I can go on forever. Ghost of Yotei, same thing, Ragnarok. But Spider-Man 2 in specific, like, of course, they added, Peter getting a symbiote suit. I'm going to spoil Spider-Man 2, by the way, so you haven't played it, hey, you might want to leave. Peter getting a symbiote suit, you got Miles being introduced and him getting new abilities, but Miles pretty much from the first game, or from his own game, he pretty much stayed the same. They didn't, like, he got, like, 6 new abilities, but, like, he didn't really change in terms of gameplay. The main evolutionary gameplay change was the web swinging, with them adding the web wings. I feel like that was the most like innovative change to the swinging, and it made the web swinging way better. And you could channel out more, combos in the air and all that, and like just go at super speed. I feel like PlayStation 4 Spider-Man 1 like kind of was limited in terms of the technology and how fast you could swing and all that. So Spider-Man 2 definitely, thumbs up for that. Like they definitely improved on that. But other than that, Peter, in terms of like his gameplay, yeah, he got a symbiote suit, and like it kind of felt like this was like a precursor to the Venom game. I don't know if y'all know that, but Insomniac is making a Venom game really soon. I feel like Venom or Peter getting a symbiote suit and like you getting to play as Venom was like the precursor to the actual game. Like, it was like a taste test. Like, this is what we're the appetizer. Like, this is what we're gonna get when we finally get the Venom game. And Peter, I feel like, was just dumbed down. If I'm being honest, he wasn't Peter from the first game where he had all these different unique gadgets. And I know Spider Bro was the most OP gadget in the game. I know people keep saying that. Yes, some of the gadgets didn't do shit, but they were still all unique and they were still useful in how it was designed. Some of them were better than others. Yes, Spider Bro was the best gadget. Spider Bro was my nigga. That was the best gadget of all time. But I was using Web Bomb. I was using Trip Mine. I was using Web Impact. I was using a lot of the gadgets. It wasn't just I was using Spider Bro. I was using him a lot. He was my most used gadget. I will say that. But they were still, it still gave you the option to use more gadgets and you could upgrade them and get new abilities. I feel like with just the Peter having the symbiote suit and him having the anti-venom suit, like, it just really didn't do anything crazy to the gameplay for me. It felt dumbed down. And this right here, I don't know if y'all can tell, if y'all don't play Spider-Man 1 or 2 a lot, this is Spider-Man 1. I feel like Spider-Man 1, like, it's just a better overall game. Like, I feel like if I was to rate Spider-Man 2, y'all gonna get mad at me for saying this, I feel like that game is like a 7.5 maybe. Spider-Man 1 is like a legit one of the best superhero games of all time, a great game. I give it a strong 9. Like, Spider-Man 1 was a top 3 game in 2018, going up against God of War and Red Dead Redemption 2. Like Spider-Man 1 was one of the standout games that year. That's crazy to say. And Spider-Man 2, just, I feel like it's gonna get kind of forgotten. Like, and that's why I'm saying Sony sequels low-key might get forgotten like in the future, because they're not doing anything evolutionary enough or reinventing the wheel, not even close, with the gameplay or the story. Like, the story in Spider-Man 2, we can touch on that too, was rushed. I feel like Peter and Miles had no chemistry. Like I said before earlier in the video, they had no chemistry. Like, Harry getting the Venom suit was was okay, but I feel like they could have done more of like his story. Miles' story wasn't engaging to me. Like, him like being in college and him dealing with all this pressure, like him talking to that deaf girl. No offense to deaf people, I'm not saying that at all. But like, his story wasn't like that crazy. And then like Peter getting the symbiote suit and him being evil Peter. I don't even know. What am I trying to say? Like, that's what I'm saying. The story don't even make sense. Like, if I'm saying it out loud, Spider-Man 1 was. I feel like the reason the story hit so much because it was grounded. It was the introduction to this world, to this game, and like it checked off every box. You had Aunt May, you had Mary Jane. The Mary Jane missions were still dog shit, 0 out of 10, the worst missions ever in the game. Stop giving us Mary Jane missions. I know Insomniac wants to switch up the flow of the game and give you like change the tempo of the game. Stop giving us Mary Jane missions. I don't want to play any more MJ missions ever again. That shit was dog shit. But Spider-Man 1 story, Mary Jane, Peter trying to deal with him and his relationship, him dealing with Aunt May, him dealing with like being broke. Like, he's a superhero, he's Spider-Man, he's New York's favorite superhero, and he's still broke. He's still, you know what I'm saying, getting evicted. Like, him with Doc Ock, like, that story had so many different layers and elements, and they were all fleshed out really well. And even at the end, I'm spoiling the shit out of Spider-Man 1, so you haven't played it, GG's, nigga, I'm sorry. Him with Doc Ock, and then Doc Ock eventually turning on him and becoming, you know what I'm saying, like the whole shit with Osborn, like kicking Doc Ock and Peter out of their, lab or whatever. Like, they didn't have the money to keep that lab up, and they weren't doing anything for Osborn, and Doc Ock turning on him, becoming Doc Ock, and then the Sinister Six whole introduction was like, that introduction was still fire to this day. Like, the Riker, though, there is no mission in Spider-Man 2 that's on a level of the Rikers Island mission in Spider-Man 1. There is no, comment down below if you agree with me or not. There is no mission nowhere near as like engaging, fun, like unique as the Rikers Island mission in Spider-Man 1. That shit was fire. The ending cutscene of all of them just standing on top of Peter. You had all the different boss fights with Scorpion, with Electro, with was it Vulture? Right, Vulture, Scorpion, Electro, Doc Ock. You had Mr. Negative too. I didn't even get into that, like with the whole like Miles still being in the game, and then like bro, Spider-Man 1 story is actually good. Like, I'm talking about it right now. I'm like, I didn't even get to like Miles and his dad dying. Like, Spider-Man 1 story was actually pretty good. Like, it's a good, well-made story. Like, it has emotional plot lines. It has the hero's journey trope. It has, the sad ending of Aunt May. Like, that story was actually really good. Shout out to Spider-Man 1. Shout out to Insomniac for making one of the best superhero games of all time. That's what I need to say. And that's why the title of the video is Spider-Man 1 is just a better overall game than Spider-Man 2. It's not even close. That story had so many layers. The gameplay was good. You had Peter with all the different gadgets. It's just a better, well-made game, man. That's all I wanted to yap about, because I feel like people still love Spider-Man 2, and I get it. It's a good game, but it's not coming nowhere near close to Spider-Man 1, and that's just how I feel. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate all the love and support y'all been showing me. Comment down below what y'all feel about Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2. If you think Spider-Man 2 is a better game or a worse game than Spider-Man 1. I personally think it's not even close. Spider-Man 1 is a better game than Spider-Man 2. And Sony sequels they need something. I hope Stellar Blade 2 is really good, or I hope, whatever game comes out next, even just Wolverine needs to have a good foundation set for like the story and the world they're gonna build. So at Insomniac, you low-key need a dub right now. But anyways, though, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed the gameplay of me playing Spider-Man 1. I was low-key getting shit on. I was low-key getting shit on by these bots. These bots were low-key kicking my ass because I ain't playing Spider-Man 1 in like 5-6 years. It's been a minute. So hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate the love and support you've been showing me. Y'all take it easy. Have a great day. Happy Easter, by the way. And talk to y'all later. See y'all later.